Well, my mother taught me. She used to plait hats and plait a basket for their own use. So that's how I learned. When I see her going to plait, I would always try. Sometimes it was only 4 strings I could wind together, but I would try till I get to I could plait it too. Well, my mother moved to Gambia when she married. She used to live in East End, and then she moved to Gambia on that side after she married. My parents told me that it was a ship that got on the reef, and from that then those sailors came ashore, which that one was at we called Bowden Town, where her old grandparents got ashore. So they got ashore in Bowden Town because they got on the reef there, and they live on the island then, and they're married to the women that they find on the island. They never traveled to go back. Well, the one that was there, old ancestor then, or the old parents, was from Ireland. When it come on the father's side then, that shipwreck brought them from Scotland. That was a Watler. There were two different shipwrecks. That one, his father came from a shipwreck too. That he was a Watler. So but that they stayed on the island too, because you see there was nowhere for them to get off then after they had their shipwrecks. So they all stay on the island, so that is where the McLaughlins and the Watlers come from. So my mother was a McLaughlin and my father a Watler. Well, when they find a wreck, they would make the news go around, and the people would gather up, say, from the other districts and come in, and they all go on board to see what they could find. It was one old man that my mother told me about. He would carry the biggest basket he could find. That was to put whatever he get in these baskets. But that was the time when there no other wrecks. And similarly, they used to get good things from those wrecks. But with this one out here, there wasn't anything to get. I never saw a thing come off that ship that was any good. And I didn't even get to go to the beach because I had her, my mother, to attend to in the house. There was a storm once then when she was in the harbor, and that threw her back on the rocks and smashed her up there. Well, the few people down there, well, it was one man that I know saved pieces from her, and he brought it up to East End and built a little house. Well, that was a man that had been in the war, and had his pension coming to him. But so when he got his pension, he wanted to get a wife then. He had the little house built with these pieces of wood into it. So he moved from there then, and he went to Sand Bluff. And he married a woman you call Doris Green. And he rigged the little house down then, and he carried that, he put that for his kitchen. Built his house then, must have been from his pension money that he had received then from America. But since that he died, and her alone must be staying into the house. She's still living there, but he died. But I want to know that he gathered, you see, pieces of that one that had smashed on the rocks and built that little house in East End, and he stayed into that until he get his pension from the government. They were seeking him out. Seemed like they didn't know where he was. So then they seek him out and find out where he was for giving him his pension and where he had been in the war. Well, that is the second gentleman now. He wasn't afraid of the danger. He knew it was danger, but he was leaving to go to England. He had joined the merchant navy then, you see, they call it the merchant navy, but they sunk the ship and they were picked up and carried into England. One of the men, I don't know if they lost there among the men, but one of the men had his spinal cord hurted, and so he couldn't even hold up his head. So they put him in the hospital and kept him until they got so they could send him back out. So he got back to Jamaica to his wife. But the others, you see, that was able and good, well, they keep shipping out then, stayed and keep shipping out and out, and he's still there still. Somewhere about, I can't tell you where, but he's somewhere there. But I didn't hear from him now. He used to continue on write, say right along. Sometimes for a long time, then they go out on the ship, you see, they couldn't write till they get back in because so much danger. It wouldn't make people know where it was. 2 ships belongs to Webster in Jamaica, and that was, they were torpedoed first on the way to England. The other ship continued going to America, and they caught her then between Cayman and Jamaica, and they sunk her too. They lost 3 men on her. two from this district and one from Little Cayman, which were the captain.